we're going to roll into new business. Our first new business item is we have a guest speaker in from Lean and Girls. Erica is with us from Lean and Girls and is going to be sharing more about their curriculum. Erica.
Thank you, Thomas. Really appreciate it. Like Thomas said, my name's Erica Moreno, she, her pronouns. I live in Boston, Massachusetts, and I also have a sunny day here today. So I'm glad that you're experiencing a sunny day in Alaska as well. I am the director of partnerships here, and my background before coming to Leading Girls, I did some classroom teaching and a lot of nonprofit work before coming here to work with organizations like you all, schools, out of school time programs to bring Leading Girls to your girls. So next slide, please. What is Lean and Girls? We are a completely free, and I'll say that again, free. So everything we provide is at no charge to any of you, any of your teens. A free leadership curriculum that helps girls see themselves as leaders in this world we live in that often tells girls they're not leaders. They're too young. They can't do whatever they want to do. Next slide, please. And we know, and I'm sure all of you in the after school, out of school time space can speak to the slide even better than I can, but this is a really critical time for our teen girls. We know we focus on the ages 11 to 15, so middle school and early high school. We know that this is an age when girls are becoming aware of who they are and who they want to be. And as they're doing that, they are facing also the structural barriers that exist in their home, in their school, in their community. And we know that girls' confidence drops. Less than 1 in 4 girls think they have the qualities to be a good leader. And almost 50% think that speaking their mind will make them unlikable. So next slide, what we are here for is that together with our curriculum and all of you boots on the ground, we can change this. Next slide. And how we do that is through our program. So again, a free curriculum designed for girls ages 11 to 15 here. And we have 15 sessions. They are all 1 hour long, and they're designed to be very hands-on, very engaging, where the girls have a chance to share their voice, share their experiences, and also designed to be very easy to implement. So our curriculum, I have some screenshots later, but our curriculum has a step-by-step guide. Somebody can pick it up and honestly, read a facilitator script. We don't recommend reading it word for word, but it's designed to be very turnkey, where if you have summer staff or, recent high school or college grads working for you, they can pick it up and deliver this content really easily here. And we do offer facilitator training and hands-on support for all of this, but it's also designed to be very turnkey. And then just emphasizing again, everything is free. The curriculum, support, and training all at no cost here. So on the next slide, you can see that we partner with over 170 actually mission-aligned organizations. So we work with after school time organizations like you all. We work with schools, both girls' schools and charter schools, public schools, independent schools, that we work with Boys and Girls Clubs, Girls Inc. So we partner with really anybody who's interested in helping their girls see themselves as leaders and offer our curriculum and support to them here. On the next slide, you'll see that we are also very evidence-based. So we have been live for 2 years. So we are a fairly new program. If you're wondering why you haven't heard of this free evidence-based curriculum, we only launched in the summer of 2023. But before launching, we did a ton of testing, a lot of efficacy data, pre and post surveys, and found that girls are having fun. So they'd recommend the program to a friend. And then going through the program, we saw that girls are more confident, are more connected to their peers. So build that sisterhood, that camaraderie. They're more resilient to failure and have a stronger bias towards taking positive risks. And that is so important because we know that our girls have a higher fear of failure than our boys and tend to strive for perfectionism, which to a degree can be very unhealthy for some of our girls. So on the next slide, I'll take you through the curriculum overview. Go ahead. And you can see here a ton of text. So we'll send this out after. You don't need to memorize this. You can screenshot it if you want to. But this is our curriculum. So I mentioned we have 15 sessions here, and every session is an hour long, and our sessions are divided into parts. So you can think of the parts as modules or themes, and you are able to take this 15 session 4-part curriculum and run as few or as many sessions as your girls need. And that can be dependent on the time. So if you have 10 hours, run 10 sessions. So it can depend on logistics or on content. So looking at what this curriculum covers, you can choose what parts to cover, or what sessions to cover based on what your girls in your community are struggling with. So part one talks about values and strengths and how that contributes to girls' unique leadership style. Part two goes into naming and challenging stereotypes, reframing failure, embracing healthy risk taking, and setting bold goals despite this kind of fear of failure. And then part three gets into talking about bias. So girls identify different aspects of their identity and how that may impact the bias they experience. And then part four kind of rounds it all out with how to be an ally, how to show up for your peers, how to combat this mean girl culture that we see emerging, re-emerging, if you will, and really just combat and be peers to each other. And then we have a celebrate at the end to really help girls celebrate how they've grown through their leadership journey, whether it's 5 sessions or 15, and also commit to moving forward after leading girls, how they will continue to lead. So on the next slide, you will see, just I mentioned some screenshots of the curriculum here. There, perfect. And this just shows how turnkey and easy to implement it is. You can see it's nicely designed. We have step-by-step facilitator guides that will walk you through, like I mentioned earlier, a sample script, walk you through minute-by-minute breakdowns. We have activities for the girls during the sessions, as well as a workbook for the girls to kind of follow along to write down one action at the end here. And then we also have a virtual training, and then myself and my colleague Kelly are here for hands-on support. So if you're like, hey, like I have a question on, which sessions are best for my girls, like we offer office hours and all that to support you all. And then the next slide will show you how to get started. So if you're thinking about like, this is potentially a good fit for my after school organization, how it works is you're planning your program in 3 simple steps. So it's thinking about who will run the program, and just highlighting here, you don't need any experience. Anybody, any gender can facilitate this program. All you need is an interest in empowering girls and a passion to learn alongside your girls. And we recommend 1 adult per group of 6 to 20 girls. So thinking through who will lead, then thinking through when and where you'll meet. For all of you, given that you're already in kind of this out of school time, after school space, thinking about if you already have an after school program, thinking about will you start a girls group, thinking about like where the Lean In Girls curriculum will fit into the existing programming you're already providing is a great place to start here. We recommend meeting weekly, but it really depends on what you're already doing. We have programs that meet daily. We have programs that meet once a month. We have programs that run 5 sessions in 1 day during a summer camp. So it's very flexible. And then lastly, thinking through what sessions you will run. So I shared previously all 15. We recommend starting with the earlier sessions as it establishes group trust and kind of lays the foundation for the more complex conversations. But you are able to kind of plug and play based on if you're like, we have a really big, bullying issue. I want to focus on allyship. You can kind of pull out those sessions and start there. And then the next slide, once you have, and then actually one more click here, once you have, or back, there's like an animation on that slide, my bad. Once you have your plan, you will register your program here. And one more on the register your program slide, and then click one more time forward. Yeah, there we go. Apologies about that. So once you have your plan, the most important step now is to register your program. This is a link to a Google form where you're going to tell us your plan. So this is where you're going to say, I'm planning to run in my after school program, kicking off in September with, 20 girls, and I want to use the full curriculum. So you'll just check all the boxes there. What that will do is that will tell me and my team that you plan to run so that we can connect with you, support you, make sure you have everything you need, which includes the curriculum, the training, support, and access to our online facilitator community here. So that's just an important step. And that is it. I'm happy to answer any questions. The email here is from my colleague, Kelly. I will also drop my email in the chat, Erica@leaningirls.org. But happy to answer any questions if we have time. And if not, you may email me. I will defer to you, Thomas.
Yeah, Erica, one of the questions I had as you were going through the presentation, you know, is there any type of like pre-training or like any video supports folks can watch to be able to kind of get accustomed to the curriculum, or is it really just going through and saying, hey, this is what we're interested in, then you contact them directly? Can you explain a little bit more of that, like how folks get in the know? Or is it really just open it, boom, there it is?
Great question. Let me actually drop this link in the chat, which is a sample session. And I think seeing the content really does help kind of understand how it'll come to life. To answer your question directly, we don't have like getting started videos right now. We are talking about doing those because I think it'd be a great idea. But you'll see here in the content, and if you just keep scrolling through, everything is laid out step by step. So we talk about the goals, the key takeaways, the why, research behind why here. And then the minute by minute breakdown of the session. And you can modify this, but it's there for you to start with. And then how to get prepared. So how to gather materials, what to print out. It's all like basic classroom supplies. And then as we get into the actual session, you will see it's broken out step by step with that sample script, and with discussion questions and what to like draw out of the girls if, they're not kind of an engaged group that day. So it really is like, as far as delivering the content, the PDFs that we provide are very comprehensive, in that you can pick it up and deliver the content here. And then the training, the virtual training that we offer, and it's offered at least twice a month, does go into a little bit more of kind of the principles to keep in mind as you are kind of delivering the content as well.
That is fabulous. Yeah, I really love the layout of that